What up, beloved? So I tried to record this before and I couldn't, but I guess I can now. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, okay? I've been feeling like this reminiscence wanting to come over me, like for the last week now, right? And I know it's because I can feel them right now, what they're going through, their remorse, regret, and all that stuff, right? Thank you, Holy Spirit. And I can feel it, right? And something drew me to go in my email and, type his name in, and I don't know why. Something just led me to it, and I did it. And a message popped up that I don't remember seeing. I don't remember seeing this when it was sent last year, last December. No, not December. October, around the time that we broke up. And then I read it, right? And I ain't gonna lie, it almost made me cry because it's believable. You know what I read? It's believable, absolutely believable. But I look at the date, 10/12/2022, and that's when they were continuing to do these evil things, right? Towards me, slandering me. You guys know the story, right? And it's like I'm talking to two different people, you know what I'm saying? Didn't hurt my feelings even more because reading this, right? And how they express themselves here, but the fact that they can't do that now kind of lets me know that it was fake, it was staged, right? But, but, see, this part of this prophetic gift. I can also see in between staged parts what's real in here because there are parts that are real. There are. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There are parts that are real, and I know which ones they are. But reading this and then looking at the conversation and how it's changed between us, right? Since the last time we've spoken, which I think was a month ago, I reached out and tried again and nothing, right? Um, so let me read this. Let me read this. Okay, it says this guy sent to me last October 12th, 2022. Okay, it says, "Hey Leon, I love you, and I hope later in life we can work something. I guess work something out, either a friendship or even a relationship. Maybe once I mature some more. Maybe once I mature some more, it brings pain to my heart that I got us to this point in time. I've been doing a lot of telling with no action behind it. I've been doing a lot of telling with no action behind it. Promise to God and to you, y'all will see the real me soon. A new me. I know you heard me say this 10,000 times and you're tired of it, but I love you. I do. I do apologize for all the secrets, the lies, the cheating, the disrespect, and damage brought to you, your heart, and your beautiful soul. I'll always be here to help. So please ask if you need anything. Also if Judah needs something as well. Or it says nothing as well, but I think he meant something as well. Or maybe he meant nothing as well. But just the proof, okay? See that right? Hold on. Let's get a little clearer shot there. I don't think. Hold up. Let's see. Let's try this. Anyway, y'all can see it, okay? You can see who it's from, so I ain't gassing. It's kind of blurry, but y'all can see that. All right. If you can't, pause it, blow it up. But anyway, that's not why I'm showing it to you. Um, and this was going on. This was sent to me. Apparently, I didn't see it, but this was sent to me then, right? When they were like at the midpoint of doing what they were doing behind my back, right? And I knew it at this time. I was just I had a lot more patience. I had a lot more patience and a lot more love that I was hanging on to, right? But I read you that to point out the seriousness of the fabrication, the seriousness of the lie, you know? Oh, the seriousness of the lie, right? And I ain't gonna lie, it's heartbreaking. It is. Because the average person reading that would think that there would be hope for something later on, right? When what was really going on is a secret relationship, a secret marriage, a secret child. But this was written to me. Kind of like a Dear John letter. I find it majorly disrespectful and off putting and insensitive. And like you have to have no heart to be able to do that. I understand how hard it is to tell secrets sometimes, especially when you don't know how people are going to receive you. I understand that. But when you know somebody like you know somebody, and you know they're not going to judge you for what you've been through, for anything, they accept you for who you are, right? They've been doing it this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Your track record should demolish anything negative that has been said about you to this person or said person, right? Anything negative said about you should have been demolished, devoured, vanquished, destroyed, right? Why? Because this person is supposed to know you. They're supposed to know you. And they do. They did to a certain extent. They knew your kindness, they knew your heart, they knew all of the good things about you and some of the bad things that you don't like, right? But you accept about yourself. I mean, I like it, but you accept it, which means you don't hide it, right? Even the embarrassing things. Ugh, I got an ingrown hair right here. It hurts. But I don't know. I think it hurt my feelings because I wanted this to be true. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be true so bad. So bad. So bad. Then it went from Leon, I love you, to Leon, I have love for you. You know, That's how you can change. I mean, you can tell when your person's been around certain people. They've been mixing and mingling with certain people, even having sex with certain people, right? Because you can tell their demeanor changes, the way they speak to you changes. They start adopting others' language, the way that they speak. And the next thing you know, you feel like you're talking to a whole different person. You feel like you're talking to a combination of whoever they've been around. You're like, who is this that I'm talking to? You know what I'm saying? Who is this? I do not recognize this person. I don't know, y'all. I guess I still got a little heartbreak in me. To be totally honest with you, that's what I'm viewing right now, talking about this and looking on the inside of me and what I'm feeling right now. I do. I can feel it. I can feel their heartbreak and I can feel mine. Of course, theirs is much greater at this point, right? Mine was much greater at the point of when I was going through it. Um, and even so, I feel like now I can say mine is much greater because my love never changed. My loyalty never changed. My faithfulness never changed. Right? Even to this day. I don't know what was happening, Holy Spirit. It's like the Holy Spirit's having me go back, look over things, conversations we had, to kind of like draw the rest of any hurt that I may be holding on to, any pain that I may be holding on to, any hope for things to change when I know they're not, right? It's like the Holy Spirit's having me go back through this once and for all and really getting it out of my system all the way, right? I know I'm gonna do some crying later. I know that. I can feel it in me right now. I know I'm gonna do some crying later. You know, there's gonna be some grief happening. You know, it's like grieving someone who's passed away that you love, right? It's like you go back over all the memories, all the good times, right? I'm not even remembering. I'm not even trying to remember none of the bad, right? While I'm doing this, just going back over the memories, all the good times, right? Just remembering, getting a good picture of the good. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't have to be left with all of the bad over the good, right? Even though there was way much more bad than there was good, I want to hold on to the good. I do want to hold on to the good memories, right? Because regardless, that's my twin anyway, period, right? So we're always going to have some type of connection, some attachment, right? But I think this is a part of me learning and actually stepping into what it's going to be not being with them like I plan to be. Plans being rearranged. I don't know, it's like one last grieving period before the final push off. You know, before the ship sets sail and leaves the dock. And you see everybody in the distance just getting smaller and smaller, waving and getting smaller and smaller until you can't see them no more, you know. And I know they're grieving right now. I almost want to cry from just how they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones like it's like they're right next to me. I can feel their sadness, their I can feel everything, the grief, the devastation, the shock, of the betrayal. I could just feel everything. It's like I'm reliving it over again, but not quite, because it's separate from me, at the same time being attached to me, if that makes sense. It's like I have to finish grieving the rest of what I've been pushing to the side pertaining to this situation. Why? Because I have to. Because I'm going somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm going somewhere else. And I had to tell myself earlier, like, are you harboring hurt still? Are you still holding on to some sadness or some hurt? Like, this is what I said to myself. And I said back to myself, like, yeah, you are. You are. You are. And that's all right. Right? But the thing is to notice it, to acknowledge it, and to let it do what it does. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Right? That's really the point that I can take you to, because I haven't passed it yet, you know? Not in this situation. But when I do, then I'll be speaking about something else, you know what I'm saying? The other side of this. But some of you are going through this too, right? It's like your last grieving stages, your last reminiscing, your last cries. It might not be your last cries. I'm sure you'll have some in the future when you think about them or you guys, or you know. But this is like the last corner before this ship sets sail. I hope I'm making sense to somebody, okay? So, I love y'all, beloved, all right? Get that grief out. Know you love them. You ain't got to stop loving them, but you got to love them from a distance. You do. You do. Because you can't forget what was done. You can't forget the lengths that were went to and the decisions that were made. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how much you want something. And beloved, I tell you, I wanted this more than any other thing except for God, right? Outside of God, I wanted this more than any other thing that I can ever imagine to have in my life. More than wealth, more than things, more than whatever, right? And I had to learn to let that go. And I'm still doing it, right? And have done it for the most part. But there's still a couple strings left that need to be, you know? So I thought I'd share that with y'all. You know, vulnerable moment here. I didn't want to cheapen it for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in this process. I am not trying to cheapen it at all. So I will never do that. So I love y'all. All right. Talk to y'all later. Get that grief out. All right. Cry it out. Some of y'all need to. I can feel the knots in your chest. Right. I'm trying not to think about it. Trying not to even spend any energy on it. Right. Get the grief out. Get the sadness out. Cry it out. Release it. All right. Or however you release it. As long as you don't go to jail. All right. All right. Love y'all. Love it.